Welcome to the Balkan Ghost Cities, my friends, where development happened, but people didn't happen. Welcome. Balkan Breakfast Talk Show, my friends, new mini-series about the Balkan countries. A like and a subscribe, it would help me a lot. And in case you missed the snow, my friends, you see, snowing, Pičku majčin, super. My friends, we start immediately. Today we're going to have a little bit of nostalgic episode, let's say. We're going to talk about these ghost cities and ghost villages across Balkan because we have a lot of them. My friends, just a small statistic before I start. 1,463 villages in Bulgaria, for example, are below 5% of the population comparing to back in the days. In Serbia, 4,600 villages are almost empty. 2 or 3 people maximum. You understand? Problem, very big problem in all of the countries in the Balkans. Super, my friends. So, you may ask, my friends, what is a ghost city? It's a city or a village with 0 people, literally. Maybe some ghost is flying by, even he is lost. He's like, okay, nobody here. The dark comedy. Super. Fifi, save him, Aman. Sorry. Super. My friends, in these cities and in these villages, super. Greek, villages, in these villages, my friends, we actually have infrastructure. We have apartments, villas, houses, land, and so on and so on. But my friends, everything is empty because there is no people. Because even though, let's say, for example, there is 4 people. 2 grandpas, 2 grandmas. The 2 grandpas are drunk 24/7. The 2 grandmas are drinking this coffee, and after that they're seeing their future inside the coffee. Balkan people will understand me. Problem. The time stopped, which is good for these small cities and villages. But my friends, the problem is that there is no young people. You understand? There is no young people, my friends. There is no jobs. There is no opportunities. I have to be honest a little bit, sorry, and we move forward. We have economic zones, let's say business zone. Which is like EU investment project, American investment project, Asian, doesn't matter. In the regions where everything was abandoned, let's say. Some land or some village or some actually small city. My friends, these small regions, villages, cities, because of these business zones are actually functioning. But the problem is, my friends, that they're actually functioning from 7 a.m. till 3 p.m. After that, my friends, even the dogs are going to the capitals. You understand? Or to the bigger cities. Very big problem. Because, my friends, listen, before we move forward. In European Union, not all, but most of the countries were actually smart. And back in the days, my friends, they were actually dispersing or let's say decentralizing the people and the businesses and the factories. And they were developing the regions equally. Maybe not equally, but they were developing all the regions. In the Balkans, my friends, our politicians, which are extremely smart, pičku majčinu 2000 IQ, with 98 dinosaurs, super, actually ruined these small cities and villages because they wanted to centralize all the power in the capitals. Because it's easily controllable for them, first of all, and second of all, they're stupid. And they sold a lot of, how can I say, state property, which was state property back in the days in Yugoslavia, to some shady investors. We're gonna talk about that. Don't worry, my friends. The list that I made, very good, super. So, as I said, my friend, in these small cities and villages, there is no families, there is no people, young people especially. There is no future, there is no jobs. It's a problem. What do you expect for the people to do? Drink all day? Yes, of course, that's very good, but if you have money. If you don't have money, my friends, you don't have money to buy even rakia to drink, bruh. What are you gonna drink? Water from the sewage system. Sorry. I'm just joking. So, my friends, in general, that is a ghost city. Super. My friends, how did we actually build so much and achieved so little? Back in the days, my friends, especially during Yugoslavia and the countries which were not part of Yugoslavia, like Greece, Albania, Romania, and so on, my friends, we were building so much because back in the days, the politicians were actually, how can I say, they had a system in their mind which was which was called industrialization of a country, to produce something. Not to be dependent on other countries for literally everything, even today, even today in modern day and age, my friends, even for electricity. Especially in the Balkan countries where we have sun and water a lot. You understand? Different topic. Super. So my friends, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's a very big problem because we actually built it so much back in the days and we destroyed it so much in less than a decade. I'm not even joking with you, my friends. Very big problem. Super. My friends, we come now to a very big problem, extremely big problem, which is called the apartments. My friends, listen. Most of the people sold, if they didn't sold, they actually abandoned their apartments, houses, villas, blah, 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 in the small cities and villages. They went. Most of them, back in the days, went to the capitals. Now, in modern day and age, my friends, they're actually emigrating to Europe and America, most of them, and Australia, New Zealand. So, my friends, they really don't give a shit if they have some apartment or some villa in some in some village or some small city. Because they will make that money, let's say in Australia, for example, in 2 months. You understand? They don't care. And that's why you see, my friends, the nature took over everything in this moment. And it's fucking, how can I say, the Balkan people will understand me, my friends. You just look at this picture, some extremely beautiful village or little town, close to the river, close to the sea, close to the lake, doesn't matter, or in the mountains, my friends. Beautiful, bro, beautiful. Back in the days, there were actually people and children there. Now we have, my friends, a church or a mosque, doesn't matter, depends on the region, my friends, and even that is ruined. Because nobody cares, my friends, nobody cares. My friends, in the Balkans, like in European Union, apartments are not anymore home. As I told you in the real estate video. Now everything is considered as an investment, which is a very big problem. Especially for gastarbeiters like me, people who are working abroad, and because everybody now is extremely rich on paper, they're buying or they're renovating their houses down. By down I mean in the Balkans. Super. My friends, listen, in general, the apartments in the Balkans, as in European Union, they are your savings account. Literally. They are your inflation protection. If you think about it, yes but no, but yes but no. Debatable. Super. Then, of course, my friends, because it's Balkans and we have these tricks under our sleeve, we are using these apartments as a money laundering tools. Balkan people will understand me. Super. And my friends, something which we need, the Balkan people, which we need in our life because we're extremely emotional, is something which is called, my friends, emotional security. I have a home. Doesn't matter, my friends, if it's a dump, but at least I have a home down. Here I will rent a shoebox. Logic, fuck logic, but logic. Super. Friends, okay, I'm gonna be brutally honest because this channel is created to be brutally honest with you. My friends, first of all, after the thing was flying, 2020, of course, 2021, after that, my friends, prices literally for everything went up, even for our homes. And they will tell you, these big economists and these big analysts around the world, they will tell you, my friends, of course everything went up because the sand went up. Okay. Then, my friends, the wood went up. Okay. Then, my friends, the iron went up. Super. And then, my friends, your maester, the guy who is building your house, back in the days, he was building your house for, 10,000 euros. Now, they're asking for 100,000 euros. What the fuck happened, bro? But, my friend, because diaspora, or gastarbeit, or people who are living abroad, my friends, they went so much, how can I say, all in the Balkans, with a lot of money from here, from European Union, America, Australia, doesn't matter. And they wanted to buy a lot. And that's why, my friends, these politicians, these dinosaurs, when they saw this opportunity, they, of course, they actually told their friends, hey, my friends, people are coming from Germany, from Australia, they're gonna buy a lot of apartments, my friends. Let's build buildings. Okay, super. And you're building buildings, super. Because some of the guys in our country, the fake elites, they need to launder the money via construction. My friends, the construction business is actually the how can I say, the main business for laundering money. Remember this? Statistically proven. Super. And they were building these houses in every small houses, apartments, fancy things, luxury, blah, blah, blah. And my friends, they started building everything and people started buying. People who actually had money. But the problem is, like always, the people who were in the cities, who didn't emigrated, who were in the cities, my friends, they got fucked up. You understand? Very big problem. How they got fucked up, sorry. Because, my friends, first of all, people from Diaspora, when they will buy an apartment, they're not going to live there. They're going to live in Munich, Düsseldorf. Doesn't matter. So it's empty. Lights are not on. You see now new fancy building, my friends. Very luxury, pičku majčinu. But they're made of kartoni. When you pee, they can hear you pee. Pičku materno. But of course, my friends, price per square meter, 5,000 euros. Logic, fuck logic, but logic. Super. And my friends, these people who were living and actually taking shitty salaries in the cities, they got even more fucked up if they didn't have a home. Hey, my friends, now even the rent is like puta 200% more. Very big problem, my friends. Very big problem. But Diaspora, Gastarbeit, flood a lot of cities, villages, small cities with money, buying new apartments. But my friends, as I said, the problem is they never actually moved in. They're not even renting it. They're just staying there for emotional protection, emotional security. Remember, we have this kind of mentality. I have something down, that doesn't matter. It's locked, I'm not renting, I'm not giving it to anybody. Fuck everybody, super. But I have something. You're causing a big problem for the people that are living in that city. But who gives a shit, right? Super. 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 My friends, where did the people go from these ghost cities and ghost villages? First of all, as I said, most of them went to the capitals. A lot of them, now in modern times, and back in the 90s, especially 90s, my friends, immigrated to European Union, Australia, America. Problem. Scandinavia. Sorry, I forgot to mention. Basically, anywhere where there was actually a future. So, my friends, you see, in the Balkans, we export people, but we import excuses. That's a very big problem, my friend. Very big problem. But actually, who stayed in these ghost cities and ghost villages? And in the ghost cities, let's say, for example. My friends, and the cities in general. Public sector workers, elderly people, poor people who didn't have the opportunity, the chance, or they were denied some visa or something. So you see, my friends, those who actually cannot live, older people, they don't give a shit, my friends. They want to retire in some small city or small, they don't give a shit. Younger people, they will work for peanuts, for 200, 300 euros per month. Pičku majčinu, my friends. And you see all kasha popara, because nobody actually gives a shit. Of course, when this happens, my friends, in the smaller cities, ghost cities, hospitals will close, schools will close, even the small mom and pop businesses, which are very important and very, very good in the Balkans, they will close. You will be left with 2 cows, 1 pig, and a couple of pigeons. I know I'm joking, my friends, it's a very tough topic, but super. My friends, the illusion of growth, growing, rastanje, Balkan English problem, my friend. On paper, my friend, if you see the papers and the statistics, development is booming. My friends, every country is developing like we're gonna become Singapore, don't worry. We will not. But on paper, magaredno. We are, my friends, developing pičku majčinu very fast. Not at all. So, my friends, you see on paper, GDP is growing. Construction explodes. which, let me be honest, in some cities and in some countries it actually explodes. Because there is like a lot of people, construction companies, who need to launder money, who are just building cartoni. Those are not even buildings, my friends, those are cartoni. The quality is shit, but they're building it, my friends, because they need to launder the money. And of course, after that, you see all the apartments closed, locked. Super. Then, my friend, but in reality, the productivity, my friends, is low. Wages stagnate. Still stagnate. And, my friends, innovations are missing. You see, it's a very big problem, my friends. It's a very big problem. So, basically, my friends, we are actually developing ourselves, but we're not progressing. That's the honest truth. Super. So, my friends, instead of building buildings and just pretending that you're doing something, my friends, first of all, you should invest a lot of money, and you should focus these EU grants and this foreign money that are coming into our countries for, my friends, startup, education, families, to boost the idea of people having more and more children. Because, my friends, as I mentioned in the previous video, the demographic in European continent in general is shit. In the Balkans, now, not every female has a kid. Remember this. Not every female has a kid. It's a very big problem, my friend. Extremely big problem. Super. My friends, now we're coming to a very interesting topic. If I yell, sorry. Which is called politics. Dinosaurs. So, my friends, the mayors of these empty cities, they actually love, and villages, regions, let's say, they actually love, my friends, EU money, because they're not gonna do anything, but there is money, so they have, how can I say, a pond with money, and they will be, today I need 10,000 euros, tomorrow 1 million. Problem? Super. Then, my friends, we have this EU plaques, like this is protected by the EU, this is EU, this city was funded by EU, blah, blah, blah. You go inside, you just hear pigeons. Not even pigeons, even the pigeons went to Switzerland. Super. So, my friends, but these mayors, they're still, how can I say, cutting wool from the sheep, because the sheep are the people who actually stayed in these cities, not by their choice. They didn't destroy the cities. The people who are living in the cities and villages, they didn't destroy them. The problem is, my friends, that it didn't get developed because there was no money for these regions to be developed. Super. So, my friends, the mayors, they will just fix your, let's say, window of your house, which is broken since 1876. Super. They're gonna fix your window, but they're gonna ask for your vote. Magarinya. These motherfuckers, my friends, are actually a very big problem. These small mayors, because, my friends, let's say for example, a small city or a small village in, I don't know, in Croatia or Serbia. Doesn't matter which. My friends, you go like to the small city, do you actually think that the prime minister and the government in general and the people are actually, they care too much about what this mayor is doing? No. He is not in the news, he is not in the paper, novina. There is no titles about him or her, doesn't matter. So they can steal in peace. Peaceful stealing. You understand? That's a very big problem, my friends. Doesn't matter if the people from that region are complaining because he or she are not doing anything, because in reality they're not doing anything. They're just chasing votes, my friends. Listen, my friends. They're literally just gonna fix your window or your entrance door, or they're gonna give you one pig or one cow for your vote, and the cow is like 98 years old. Super. So, my friend. I'm sorry. Listen, my friends. The local governments, these small mayors and blah, 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 they actually prioritize short-term visibility. So something is visible but short-term, remember. Then, my friends, contracts, they're going to do some imaginary contract with somebody that they're gonna fix your road or build a school or something. Nothing. Боже, сачуй. Nothing. And of course, my friends, loyal companies which are working together with them. It's a spider web. Like always. Remember, super, my friends. Long term, my friends, long term is actually dangerous. Unfortunately, it's boring because, as I said, nobody cares about these regions. But in these regions, my friends, if you actually dig deep and if you see what is happening, because ghost cities and ghost villages, you will actually find a lot of interesting things which are not legal. Balkan people will understand me. You will find, my friends, storage facilities for weapons. You will find, my friends, illegal drugs. You will find, my friends, stolen cars. You will find, my friends, counterfeit goods. You will find, my friends, some relatives of some underground people, and so on and so on and so on. Balkan people will understand me. That's why they're not in the news. That's why they're not on your stupid TV. Because these people, it's easy for them to control it because it's a small place, my friends. They're gonna pay. They have to pay a little bit. In the capitals, you have to pay a lot. That's the difference. And in the big cities, super, my friends. So, social consequences that actually literally nobody talks about. That's why I said this episode is going to be a little bit more nostalgic. My friends, listen. When you go and visit your grandma and grandpa, if they live in a small city or a village, my friends, they're extremely lonely, bruh. Extremely lonely because nobody calls them, nobody gives a shit about them. My friends, imagine, in the winter, in my country, for example, there are villages which are literally, my friends, on the mountain. You go to the village, 5 houses, 1 church, 1 school which existed in the Ottoman Empire, 3 cows, 2 chickens, grandma, and a dog. That's it. I'm not even joking. And my friends, it's winter. And it's snowing. There is snow. How do you expect for those people to go to the nearest city to buy food? Or, God forbid, if they don't feel good, go to the hospital or something. These villages and these smaller cities, my friends, some of them, not all of them, but some of them are not reachable, bruh. You have to go by helicopter. I'm not even joking with you. Very big problem. Then, my friend, depression, of course. You're gonna get depressed. Even though, my friends, young people, listen, I have to be honest. Even though, my friends, young people, entrepreneurs, these people who are working online, today's with the modern tools, my friend, you have Wi-Fi modem, blah, blah, blah. You can go to the village, my friends, live and work from there. Just to relax your mind. And it's good. Fresh air, my friends. It smells like cows everywhere. Iau bombona, my friends. Super. Home. But my friends, you cannot live in a village or a small city which is not developed at least to have like the basic necessities. At least 1 doctor, at least, 1 shop. There is like cities and villages which don't have anything at all. You have to travel 30 kilometers minimum to buy something. To buy cigarettes, bro. Okay, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Super. Then, my friend, survival mentality, yes, that's the consequence as well, because you learn how to survive. Because, my friends, these people, as I said, nobody cares about them. Do you think they actually have ATM to withdraw money in the village? They don't. Whatever they're gonna do during the day, my friends, that's what they're gonna eat and drink. Literally, it's a survival mentality. My friends, we need to take care of these people. Target them with some social assistance. Because there is literally people in the small villages and small cities which are still living there till this day. Super. So, my friends, of course, the young people, they don't give a shit, and so on and so on and so on. So, my friends, you see, like in every Balkan breakfast talk show, my friends, I'm like your drunk uncle living in a village. I have solutions for everything. I cannot solve this problem because this problem is for century even. Super. But, my friend, I have some good ideas. Super. So, my friends, first of all, stop building, start employing. Listen, my friends, in the Balkans, capital cities, smaller cities, you're building too much. We see, my friends, we are not stupid, my friends. You just need to go out, take a walk with your dog or alone, doesn't matter. And just do this. You will see, my friends, that 90% of that building, the lights are not on. So we know and we actually can, how can I say, can guess why that building was actually built. You understand? My friends, you need to do numbers game to see how many people actually required it. Because, my friends, with with this, you're just fucking up everything. You understand? People need jobs. Because if you don't give the people jobs, they're going to go to Switzerland. And they're going to form a family in Switzerland. And in a couple of generations, my friends, in Switzerland, they will not even be Serbian, Albanian, Romanian, Bulgarian, and blah, blah, blah. That's the problem. Think with your brain. Politicians. Idioti. Super. My friends, very important, even though I'm really against this part, but I have to say it because I have to be brutal. Tax empty property. My friends, if you don't live there, if you have to pay for the silence, you literally will have to you literally have to pay for the silence, my friend. This will actually help the prices. This will actually help the city, the community, village, and blah blah blah. You understand? Super. Then, my friends, as I said, invest in people, not projects. We need projects, of course, but we need first of all people, my friends, because listen. In the past, let's say approximately 20 years, the officials in the Balkan countries, they actually forgot that they're missing a lot of people. Especially, my friends, educated people, and especially people with a good knowledge of something. My friends, first of all, you fucked up all the factories. As I mentioned previously in the video, you fucked up all the factories in the business zones. You fucked up even the factories back from the communism, even from the Ottoman Empire. You fucked up everything. You understand? Because you actually, how can I say, my mind went away, sorry. Because actually, my friends, these people which we are missing today, if they stayed, we would be literally Singapore. The doctors, the engineers, the astronauts, these space people, so on and so on and so on. We are left with just the voting machine in the Balkan countries. You understand, my friend? Voting machine in the Balkan countries, especially in the small villages, the officials and the government people are treating the people just like a voting machine. Remember, very important and a very big problem. Super. Then, my friends, attract returning migration. I have to give a small advantage now because I actually read for Serbia. I don't know for the other countries. They actually give some incentive for doctors, for something, some lower taxes, help with this, help from... I don't know if it's working. I know, for example, I have a friend who actually returned back and used its benefits, and he said, it's not that much, but for starters, it's okay. Okay, point taken, super. Every country, my friends, in the Balkans, because we, the Balkan people who are living abroad, we actually love our country. We didn't escape our country because our country is shit. We escaped our country because of you, officials. Remember this, very important. Dinosaurs, motherfuckers. We escaped because of you. Now you have to do your job, my friends, and return us back with some incentive. I don't need to see 55 buildings in 55 square meters. I don't need to see that. I need to see your vision for the future. Even though, my friends, you don't have a vision because you're 98, being a prime minister, 77, doesn't matter. You don't have a vision at all. Let us, young people, let us come back. Don't stay on my back and ask for money. Let me live and let me do something for my country, because now it's my time to actually do something for my country. Your time went away. You go and fish with your friends from the government. Idioti, bre. Yet let the young people, my friends, we have extremely good ideas, and plus we have more experience comparing to you, because we were living in these countries here, learning a lot of stuff while you were stealing money in our countries. Drop the mic. Super. My friends, living needs to be affordable, because even though you're raising the prices in the capital cities and blah, 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 yes, let's say, my friends, the percentage of the people that are taking good money in the Balkans is not that big. Remember. So, my friends, You cannot, listen, in my country, 600 euros average salary. Price per square meter, starting, let's say, 2,000 euros till 3,500. It's not possible. How will you give incentive to the people to actually buy something and to stay in the city? You understand? Because as I mentioned in the beginning, my friends, homes are not a place to live. Now it's considered as an investment. These motherfuckers, these dinosaurs will actually do that to you. They will make your living unaffordable because they just need money, because they need to go to Hawaii with their Barbie dolls and their iPhones and their Ferraris, and they need to do this. We need to, hey, you older motherfuckers, you government people, format C, ciao, new operating system. We don't need you anymore. Go and fish, bre. Fish. Super. And my friends, one more thing, and I finish. How many? 30 minutes. Sorry. And I finish. Honest demographic. I can bet you money. Because I don't want to bother you in this video. I can bet you money that the places that are built, the factories that are built now in the Balkans, my friends, is not for the people who are living there. It's not. Because I'm just gonna, the demographics is not honest. It's not honest because they're not planning for the population that we have. They're planning for somebody else. I'm just gonna give you a small little tip, and we're gonna finish. You go to the Balkan countries now, especially in the capitals. You will see, my friends, we have something which is called economic worker from east, far away east. Super. You will understand me. People who don't have actually literally bread to eat and they're coming to our country so they can make something. My friends, okay, first of all, these people, they will not want to live in the ghost cities and ghost villages. Even if you put them there, they're going to come to your capital. And afterwards, my friends, when they will come to our capitals and when they will see what the fuck it is that your government people are doing, they will gonna go to Germany or to Switzerland. And then, my friends, all of a sudden, from a demographic problem, you're gonna make a political problem. Because these people will go to Germany legally. You see, my friends, I know that you're planning to replace the population that you're missing with people from the east, like they're doing here. Which is legit, my friends, because I mentioned, watch my video about cheeky bricky, about not having enough kids. My friends, I know that we're not having cheeky bricky and we're not having kids. But this is not the solution. You're pissing off the people there that are living there. You're pissing off the people with these people. Plus, my friends, I know in every Balkan country, I know the statistics about the unemployed people. 10%, 20%, some countries even 40%. Those are your domestic people. And you're gonna take let's say, for example, construction worker from east, you're gonna bring him here for, 300 euros, and you're not gonna give your domestic guy or a girl 500 euros of salary. My friends, please open your eyes and see what is happening with our politicians. Aman vishe. Aman, don't vote for them, my friends. You're just voting for one party. Left and right together. Whoop, collide. My friends, they're friends. You're voting for one party. Give opportunities and chances to the smaller parties who actually have clean heart and clean soul. Super. My friends, thank you very much. 34 minutes. I'm sorry. I love you very much, my friends. I opened this. Buy me a link if you want to tip me coffee. If not, here it is. I love you very much. I love you very much. Remember, and thank you for all the subscribers. And see you very soon into the next episode. Mwah! Wopa! Arigato! Ciao!